Ну, родненький. Да. Приветствую, леди и джентльмены. Спустя всего лишь 9 часов я смог починить интернет. Да, вот так вот. Чё, потихонечку, помаленечку надо уже завершать историю этого парнишки Инжидриха. Парня. Обычно парни скалятся. Мимо крокодила, как известно. Так, сейчас я кое-что сделаю. Чтобы все хорошо сделать. Так. Индра. Ты что тут забыл? Забыл. Все. Всё, покатились. Продолжить. Большой грузно. Правильно. Истинно так. У меня даже охота этот меч, а? Царицы Сазавской. Не закрывать разбитые доспехи или покрываться грязью и кровью. Ну это да, согласен. Даже просмотры снова товарищика. У них, как всегда, есть задание. Ой. Секундочку. Так, где ты? Ага, да. Вспомнил. Вспомнил, где вы есть. Перегруз тут небольшой. Взял и челик раздаю, а? Ну, почти. Ах, это благоухание. Так, пожалуйста. Ой, кто это там? Да я здоров. Меч интересует. Да. Можно оценить чуть-чуть. Там высвободи как смог. Да что тебе такой подозрительный какой-то, а? Ходит ко мне, шарится. Заметность на 30 не надо. Странник. Это не надо, не преступника. Типа петушок, да? А закаленный петушок? Да, красноречие. Ловкость. Кек. Чё, я сейчас вам в гости пойду. Пойду. Да хватит за мной ходить. Чё вы? Сука, этот дозор задрал. Так. Скалиться надевать нечего. Таленберг. Рыцарь Стефани. Уничтожение лагеря. Ага, вот я сделал. Так, вроде бы вот в этом вот домике кусочек лежит. Это мы чуть позже сделаем. Пускай эти порасходятся. Да вроде бы нет, а что так далеко задание показывает. Борт. Приветствую.
Good health, dude.
I've taken care of that camp.
Have you brought...
Here it is.
Well, that is a... Some farmers from Uzhitz came to the castle with a...
All right, I'll take a look around. I'd like to get back.
Certainly.
I'm interested in...
Wouldn't you rather...
Хорошо.
Well,
Так,
Goodbye.
goodbye, amigos. Так, мечом совсем скоро. Это где-то эксперт, наверное, в бою на мечах. Сказал один кашкалют, лучшая техника, это, техника боя, это техника выживших. Как Стефания будет цариться в замке? Я тебя даже не торкнулся, отвали. Торговка, привет. Лошадиная шкура, кабана. А, она все он скупает. Меч барона разбойника, жесть. А что стикачок пожалуйста, дурной? Да, наверное, было маленько. Стикач. Выбрось как. Так. Да. И сверху чуть.
can we do some...
Well,
This here, and...
well now.
Так, ну докажи. Вот да, покажи. Не... Что? Вау. Технологии будущего. Блин, она меня запалит. Тут. Вечер хаты. Можно? Тук-тук. Хоть ни грамма не идет. Приветствую.
What have we here?
Надо было ее просто придушить и не париться.
You men are like little kids.
Так, где этот меч? Сейчас могу. Пусто, лук, сыр. Так, мене кажется маленько наебало. Мне тут ни хера не обманули. Не подставили, я ничего не могу. Блин, наверное, на меня доложат. Я же не хочу их убивать, серьезно, зачем? Редиску. Приветствую. Какая боль. Обидно немножко, ну да ладно. Хрен с ним, как говорится. Это уже в конце, когда уже ничего делать. Так, предоставиться, блин, врата и бежать. Я не хочу. Хочу бежать в врата. Потому что я знаю, это будет очень долго. Так, и через корчму.
Yeah.
Пятую включаем скорость.
Yeah.
Так, куда я там помчался?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Так, стоп. У нас что тут? Ага. Ну да, это, наверное, дорога тут. Угу. Да, там у меня вот эти грибоеды. Ах, блин, я как всегда забываю эту дорогу все равно. Так, нам налево, потом прямо. Прямо.
Yeah.
Интересно, не хватит. Одну остановку придется делать. Блин. Как-то вот до Нойхов беги, родненький. Ну, прошу тебя. Сейчас я, чтобы быстро потерь нет. Минут.
Yeah.
Все это Нойхов. Да, крюк я знатно сделал, ну а что поделать? Острова нету. Фух. Не конь, а машина. Это понимаю качество. Конечно, я к животным оно так себе применение все равно. Оттуда вот такой кручище и сюда же врата. Послание для князя. Но здесь меня не вздернут. Рычанка. Ряд пересадить пупсик. Так дешевле. Это сравнить. Рацик. Пан Рацик.
God bless you.
May I be of service?
Yes, Henry. Chief Engineer Fafar has been,
The chief engineer.
in a manner of speaking. Master Fafar has, well,
Can they really be restored?
everything can be rebuilt with enough will and... You'll get the details from Chief Engineer Fafar.
Certainly. Where do I find him? Is he here in the castle?
Where? Now, that's a good question.
Ага.
He went to Sasau to deal with something there. Most likely at the inn.
Well, thank you.
Good luck, Hal. Take care.
Это будет жестко. О, это Рацига. Лошадка, это мой пегасик. Весь в золоте такой. Блестящий коника. Нельзя его давать, ни в коем случае. Так, с лошадкой. Меч, 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 поборник. Доклад. Упс. Угу. 17. Угловная прочность. Так, это. Назовем 17. Ох, тяжело. Текс. Просто белиссимо.
I'm glad. Take care.
И вам не хворать. Не забываю. Фу, шиброник это не тут. Так, самое сейчас получится отремонт есть чем. Так, мало от броника. Так, это не ремонтируется. Набор кузнеца. Ничего, набор портного. даже. Угу. Приветствую вас.
I'm at your... I've heard that some pilgrim was selling off pieces of a rare sword.
Did that Sasso dabbler...
Why?
Why? Because there was nothing left for him. And now he's envious and wants...
Man, isn't there some...
No way. God be with you.
О, наконец-то у меня деньги появились. Так, корзины, 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 корзины. Где же трава? Ты чё?
That's still...
Чего, блять? Какое все крадено?
Take care. No, no. That...
Чё, ел? Выглядит как краденый. Чего?
Welcome, Henry!
Приветствую.
My God!
Ничего со мной не случилось, всего лишь побились немножко. Трепанное подножие. Херня какая-то. Так, сколько у вас? Чё-то у них, как всегда, денег нет. Но они стоически держатся. Так, ну тогда мне и запчасти. Номер броника 30. Протестую. Так, сброй. Пожалуйста, ничего это не воровал.
Let's talk about...
Ну, фу, хорошо.
Aye.
Все до последнего гроша. Да там такие деньги покрутились у нас только что. Женщина, не нервируй, пожалуйста. Придется, наверное, того эликсиром залиться. А то мало ли, мне кажется, сейчас будет жестко. Так, спасительный шнапс для начала. Сушеное мяско последнее доедаем. И где у нас тут такая? Так, краснобай. Так, уже красноречие. Живая вода. Нет, не то. А. Да. Есть. Первый пошел. А в тех я даже не хочу ковыряться, если честно. Так. Еще раз надо вспомнить. Их только мечи и кузнецы, да? Вроде как бы скупали. Вроде как бы. Сейчас я к этому сбегу. Насчет меча спрошу, я просто не помню. Так. Осторожней. Тут мастер, вы здесь? Мастер. Пресс. Да.
I hope I can be.
I heard that a pilgrim was...
I don't know anything.
Really?
Really. Goodbye.
Угу. Так, тут у нас, короче, нету. Чины круги, то есть 3-50 занятия, это уже в конце того. Феррari. Ага.
Yeah.
Я надеюсь, это будет двуручный клеймор. Потому что задрал с этими зубочистками ходить.
Damn! Stay away from people if you can't ride a horse, you moron!
Пошел нахуй. Вообще будет. Тут большая Феррari. Приветствую вас.
God be with you, lad.
Master Fafar, I need to speak with you.
Did you really?
Close to Rovna, I came across a wagon that was transporting the false coins. Unfortunately, I came too late. The carter and his men were dead.
Damn and blast. Do you know who did it?
Yes. A certain knight turned up there. Turned out he was also after the forgers.
Well, that is indeed unexpected. Tell me, what did he say?
His name is Ulrich. He looked like a knight, but he refused to show his master's colours.
Ulrich, you say?
An older man with a moustache. But for all his grey hairs, he seemed pretty tough to me.
Doesn't match anyone I've heard of.
He gave me these documents to show you. He seemed to think they prove he was telling the truth. They're the records of the interrogations in Passau, and some other things he said you'd understand better than him.
Let me see. We, the aldermen of the city of Passau, interrogation held this day, put to pen by the questor. The place of origin is a monastery in the land of Bohemia. Which certainly confirms my suspicion that something underhand is going on in Sasso. Coin assay report. Copper core coated with amalgam. Ah, but this is interesting. Here's an outline description of how the forgeries are made. I'll have to study it more closely. We command Herr Ulrich to investigate and let no man stand in his way. This looks like the original safe conduct. It has the seal of the Paso alderman, but they certainly didn't pen this.
How do you know?
I recognize the hand. It's a Clement of Caplitz, the high scribe of the Rosenbergs.
So what does all this mean?
Well, it certainly explains why your night is so mysterious. Anyway, we should be careful. And we shall begin our investigation. The documents show they use silver amalgam for coating copper fakes. That's a lead we can follow.
What?
Silver amalgam. It's produced from quicksilver and silver.
Well, that doesn't sound like something just anyone can get hold of.
You're quite right.
Угу.
You will go to Sasso at once. Look around the forges in the city. Someone must be working copper for them. I, meanwhile, will take counsel with Sir Radzik and then follow after you.
Where shall we meet?
At the inn on Sasso Market Square.
Master Fayfar.
Did he? He must think hard.
I do the best I can.
That's good, because this is damned important.
How can I help with these,
Sir Radzik may make light of it, but a large quantity...
You really think someone could be stealing the silver from the mine?
It certainly would. Which is why I'd like you to go and check out not only the mine gallery, but also the yard with the smelter and the waterworks.
Is that the yard next to the sky?
That's the one. I don't know what state it's in now.
A silver store?
I doubt it.
What about these waterworks?
A stamping mill and washing troughs. They're on the bend in the river below the castle. You can't miss them. There are big tanks and a...
You said mine gallery.
Boy, there's such a maze there that it would take a week to crawl through the place. There's only one gallery I'm in.
Why just that one?
Because I was expecting to find a scene there. All the indications...
Should I be expecting...
Well, I definitely wouldn't treat the job like a visit to church on Sunday.
Угу.
You could find yourself...
I see. Well, that's all clear.
See you later.
Инждрих еще один. Угу. Скорее. 24. Понятно. Бой. Угу. Так, стоп, когда мы изображаем искусственные удары. Ужас, как же все сложно. Это главный квест? А, это задание. Это не так вот. Блин, теперь мне все залы еще бежат. Ой. Так, стоп, нет на кузне. Лужицы нету ничего. Предословиться мертво. Таймберг. Так, брать. Меч царицы. Так, сначала надо все кузни. Меч царицы. Да уж. Ну, сейчас мы сотни кубернаторов сбегаем. Можно и турнир пройти, войну. Сотник Бернард, приветствую.
Good health, too.
I've trained a bit with a sword, and I think I've got the hang of the basics. Can you teach me something new?
You're a bit cocky, ain't you? All right,
I'm ready.
God be with you. Stand there, take your weapon, and fight. If you look like you know what you're doing, I'll teach you a trick or two.
А, у меня же нету этой. Вот удар в голову есть.
Enough. That will do. That wasn't at all bad. All right, it seems you're ready for the next lesson. Now, pay close attention. I'll teach you the most important thing. It's good to be able to attack. It's good to be able to fend off your opponent's blows. But the best is when you're able to do both at once. Master stroke is when you parry your opponent's blow and strike him at the same time.
Ну.
See? I parry and strike in one move. There's no defense against this technique if it's executed well. The thing is to time it right. Block right into your opponent's strike and match your movement to his. One elegant technique and the fight is won. Try it. I'll attack slowly. You parry. Ah, that's it. Ah, that's it. Wah. Ah, that's it.
Мне понравилось. Все-таки не зря я сюда зашел. Лицо. Лицо, каким концом. Лицо. Так, рубище.
Well,
тоже там выемка под его доспех.
I'd like to train.
a bit cocky, ain't? Another one. Some say, let's fight then.
I'd like to train with a halberd.
Right, lad. God be
А
with
я
you.
не могу ей использовать, да? Все, сразу же. Вот это я понимаю. Это, наверное, топор, да? Как алебарда выходит. Топор. И меч.
I'd like to
Another one is, some say, he should. Let's fight then.
Так, ну давай.
I still don't feel entirely competent.
Right, lad. Goodbye.
Плохо, нету связок.
Fucking hell! You... No! No! No, kurwa!
Он какой-то вафельный в этот раз. А, из-за комбо, да. Я забыл, тут же комбо работает. Так, набор броника. Броника, кузнеца, ни к чему. Ну, это пока ни к чему. Так, вот вода, бизон, черный капюшон, псов, хламин, бедолага. Сейчас будем топориками мочиться. Нет, булавой. Хочу булаву прокачать. Против доспеха самое то.
I'd like to try.
A bit cock. I'll never learn as some say. Let's fight then.
I'll try the mace. And I'll take a shield.
Right, lad. Take care. Bollocks! Ah!
Брык. Лол, я ему по голове типа должен был ударить. О, блин, парируй. Вообще изично. Да, типа нервируешься немножко, но изи. Я типа ремонтировать. Так, броника. Это битый говно. Хауберг вообще умирает сразу. Ой, я просто. Так, еще раз надо чуть-чуть охладиться, трахнуть. Так, угу. Так, и. Угу. 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 Понял?
Yeah.
Понятно, понятно. Так, надо к писарю. Тук-тук, можно? Тук-тук.
I'm glad to. You look like you've got a lot on your plate, Master Bailiff.
Busy. I've had so many visitors I would.
What's going on?
I've been given the task of putting some of the Scarlet's refugees to work.
I understand.
The worst part is they won't tell you who really needs a job the most.
Oh.
They're like to be more honest with you, so you can find out who's in the most need.
If you need help, I'll do whatever.
You're a godsend. I'm sure it won't take too long. You know how the
What kind of work are we talking?
Well, old Hagen is looking for a cook, and we need
A cook and 5 water carriers.
a little. We need 3 water carriers, but the other 2 will have to carry, begging your pardon, shit. Or as the Pope would say, excrement.
Can you tell me anything more about the...
You'll have to ask Hagen yourself. I couldn't get a straight...
Угу.
What do I need to know?
We need 3. Right now, some of the...
And they need to go all the way...
Of course, where else would they get it? Gallows Hill?
Is there anyone who can...
Yes, the merchant Conrad Hagen is the one looking for a cook, so you can talk to him. And young Alex...
What can you tell me about the...
It's dirty, but it's a job that needs to be done.
Sounds disgusting.
If all else fails, I'll pay 2 groschen.
That's all I need to know.
Good luck, then.
Take care now.
Хорошо. Другие говноносы. Ну, говноносы, говноносы. Пегасский маленький толок. А, теперь нормально. Фикс. Понятно. Так, водолейку побыстрее сейчас пройдем. Желательно. Дай вам не хворать. Алис, подъем, чумыш.
God save you, good.
I'd like to ask about our former neighbours.
The bailiff told me about it. He still wants our people to do...
What of it?
Not everyone. There's not enough work for everyone.
But having a job could save someone's life.
Water carrying, maybe. But if they have to do a job that's...
So you think there's no point in it? That it's better to beg than have a...
You forget that that's a job for the knacker's hired hand, not for...
So, do you know who's most in need of some...
Everyone's in need of coin, but not every...
Who should I talk to then?
I'll talk to them myself and send them to meet you in front of the rat.
I'm also looking for a cook. Do you know...
Well, there's Agnes. I've heard she can cook better than anyone.
Well, what's the problem?
No, it's just that I haven't seen her around here for ages. I believe she's cooking for the local parish.
Thanks.
Take care.
Текс. Такой. Так, вроде Хагенсон. Личница Агнешку. Блин, не дам прочитать. Агнешка, привет.
Are you Agnes, who works at...
I am, or I did, before those devils.
I'm looking for a good cook and housekeeper, and everyone I asked said... So it seems. Anyway, the local merchant wants someone who can cook food fit for nobility and take care of his household.
Well, Father Francis was very fond of good...
Why not?
Because I'm still Father Francis.
But I heard he fled and is...
Don't pay any attention. Then...
Where's Father Francis now?
I don't know. The last time I saw him, he was going to confession in Sasau.
Does he go to Sasau often?
Not so often. About once a month.
I'll ask around about what happened to Father Francis.
God bless.
Ой, блядь. Просить его вернуться. А он такой, да не хочу.
God be with...
The bailiff sent me. He said you're looking for a cook.
That's right. I'm searching for...
Well, I offered the bailiff my help because I...
Ah, I see.
Do you have any particular requirements for the new cook?
Well, it would be an advantage if she knew how to cook.
Well, yes, but the bailiff said you had other conditions.
Well, I want a woman who's capable of looking after the house when I'm away on business.
Young? Nimble?
What for? I want her to impress people with her food, not her face.
I understand. Sorry. I also heard there are vacant carrier jobs.
Yes, yes. I'm surprised it hasn't occurred to anyone sooner. It will certainly benefit the city if the burghers don't have to send their own servants.
It will benefit my people as well.
Of course, of course.
I also heard that you need workers to carry, to empty latrines.
It's not dignified to talk of such manners. That's not a concern for decent people.
But I need to know...
Enough. I won't have such talk in my home. See you later.
Там... А, стоп, Дженнис, мне же к нему надо идти. Или нет, не к нему. Так, не к нему, не к нему. Тварь с календулы надо много. И спасительный шнапсик я и сам бы сварить мог. Так ведь нет. Да, ненадолго не хоть. Да, уж стрел мне еще чуть-чуть завалялось. Шкура рыцаря. Так, самая жизнь короче, это мужики. Большая золотая чаша, Вацлав, основы верховой езды. Так. Чашу Бэрона пускай будет. Он сейчас скажет, нет, она красит.
Let's talk about...
Why not?
О, нормально все.
Finally,
Неплохо, я так деньжат подкинулся. Хлам всякий распродал. Шо пигасик, родненький. Пошли. Не надо попрошайничать. Водолей. Созал. Хотя мне еще пледечка надо. Пледечку такая созал. Куда мне перегруз? А, ну да, набор. Сейчас хламину буду. Пошла жара, говорится. Так, сейчас я посмотрю, как надо правильно. Апс. Правильно, так, мельник, потом прямо. Хотя... А, ну да. Да. Так, не созала надо. Тук-тук. Добрый вечер.
Good day to you.
I've heard that some time ago a pilgrim...
Would it surprise you if I said yes?
I'd buy the piece from you.
Well, why not? I don't know why I let myself get bamboozled into buying.
What do you say to...
I'd almost say... God be with you.
Так, родненький, успокойся. Так, стоп, ледечка. Ледечка. Ага, это там где парик, потом, грубо говоря, прямо. Бежать по двум. Потом в Таленберг еще бежать. Ой, я тут штраф должен уплатить. Ой, блин. Да, сам виноват. Плюс еще краденые типа вещи должен отдать. Сейчас, главное. Ратуша, ага, отлично. Какая прекрасная новость. Ой, все меня разносит. Стоп, чё? Показалось. Ага, это я перебегаю через брод, который вот еще по дороге. По нормальной дороге. Рыцарь бухой, внимание, рыцарь бухой. Часовня, прикольно. Так, с часовня, а мне, значит, дальше прям по курсу. Так, вон они. Это у нас что? Не та карта. Как там, где броник? Броник, короче, где я? Блин. Так, ну вот купец. Ну, там где бакалейчик, значит, дальше. Здорово. А ну.
What? Of course, my dream.
Would you teach me?
Certainly.
I'm interested in...
Wouldn't you
Well,
Из Франции. Вау. О. Корень мандрагоры. Вино из шиповника. Кстати, да. 78. Ну, мухомора имеется. Жрачки какой-то. Так, вино мне одно. Пиво забирай. Смешно, сушеные рыбы. Сыч, это так, ага. Шкварки. Гадость. К сожалению. Так, ага. Да и вино забирай. Торговаться вы чё?
I'd like to dis...
Well...
Is this enough?
Well... Finally.
Фу, блин. Не с той стороны зашел. Ну, тоже их знает. Тук-тук. Здорово, блин.
Father,
You?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
It may sound strange, but I need you to go back to St. James. The locals need their spiritual shepherd.
No. No, certainly not, my boy.
What if they increased your income? Would that convince you?
My boy, my boy. I get tithes.
I know. That's why I've arranged a small collection for.
So that's what you're about. Well and good then. And where will I live?
You can live right there at St. James. I'm sure the local...
Well, it's true they've treated me kindly.
Thank you. The people from St. Father, when do you plan to return?
I beg your pardon?
Your housekeeper, Agnes, is in Ratai and doesn't want to work.
So she survived. Thank the Lord. I prayed for her and all who suffered, but God be with you.
Так, пойдем к кузнецу. Шарлатан. Вообще-то вернется. А, блин, а я мог, значит, 300 монет сэкономить. Ну да ладно. Ну, сколько сейчас времени? Полдень, да?
The sun sets out across.
Тук-тук.
I'm honored that tonight.
Do you ever work with copper here?
No, and even if I wanted to, I couldn't. Zach.
What can you tell me about the sound?
There's too many of us, I'll tell you that for free. This is only... And then, apart from me...
Tell me more about...
Don't have much time for him myself. He knows his craft, no question. But he seems to think his son, Vita...
My father was a blacksmith, and I expect he thought much the same of...
Of course, any man should be proud of his boy. But Zach makes pride a sin. That's why he's at loggerheads with Master Otter.
Mm-hmm. Thanks.
Can you tell me something about...
Well now, there's a master to look up to. He's worked for the...
If you don't mind my asking, what brings...
The same as draws all reasonable people. He's enjoying the peace and quiet. Oh.
What are Zach and Mark?
Zach had his boy Vitus trained as an armourer in Kuttenberg, except that Otter's a proud man. How would it have looked? A master armourer giving way to a young whippersnapper? And they've been arguing ever since. Well, Zach mostly. He badmouths Otter every chance he gets.
That will be all.
I'm looking for pieces...
I would.
Well?
It's a load of tripe. Only a...
But if he lied about that sort of...
Don't be so gullible, lad. Take care now.
Так, стоп. Это Митиш. Я что, не к тому побежал? Кажись, я не к тому побежал. Ну да ладно. Пекарь. Что вы идете? Нахрена вам сюда? Зачем они идут к бронику? Мастер, приветствую вас.
honored that a
Do you make anything out of...
I do a bit of Damascene decor sometimes.
I'm looking for someone who could do me some copper sheet.
Well, that's pretty rough and ready work. I wouldn't waste my time with it. But go and ask Zach.
What can you tell me about the black...
Depends which ones you mean. In the town, there's Mikesh. He's a decent...
Tell me something about...
Like I said, he's an honest craftsman.
What about the monastery?
Well, him and me don't exactly see eye to eye.
That'll be all.
Чё там есть? Ну да, сейчас Аугсбургский. Жесть, страшное какое название. Агентский пластинчатые гранд-бацен, клепанные наплечники. Кольчуга. Магдебургские латные наплечники. Ужас. Перчатки, кстати, круче этих. Бюргенские латные наплечники. Ну, все лучше моего. Даже панцирь вот этот. 15-15-6. 18-18. Халберг. Угу. Баян. Как это не такая. Так, сам не продавать просто-напросто ничего. Это бронник. Простой. А где сложный? Сам сейчас. Угу. Таймберг. Ага, сосал. Понятно. Так, вроде бы еще где-то был у нас кузнец один. Там возле монастыря. Если память не изменяет.
Я!
Так, это шлюхи. Шлюхи мне пока не рисуют. Так, что у нас? Ну тут вроде должно быть. Извиняюсь. Он куда-то не туда поехал. А, это она перед самим монастырем. Тут очки аж.
I'm honored that a knight is a...
Do you work any copper here, Matt?
Right you are.
I'd want to commission you to make some.
Then you'd best go elsewhere.
Aha.
Good luck to you.
Так, 400 монет.
The swordsmith from the town said he was after the pieces of a sword from some...
I know he's after those, but he's out of luck. You should have bought it while he had the chance.
Not even...
Not even for a king's ransom. Farewell.
Hello. Ну ладно. Понятно. Так, но я не могу его просто-напросто оглушить, ибо... Ибо. Купец. Сколько купцов, а этих? Ульрих буревестник. Приветствую, Ульрих.
So, I consulted him and we definitely have a starting point.
Tell me more.
Master Fafar found out they need copper sheets for the core of the coins and quicksilver for the the other part.
I see. They have such materials for the monastery.
Exactly. That's why I'm interested in the local forges.
Yes, that is good. Yesterday, I heard people from the craftsman's yard by the monastery complaining. They said they could not sleep at night because the blacksmith works all the time till dawn.
Подозрительно.
I see. That's certainly worth asking about. Have you heard anything else?
You said they use quicksilver. There is a painter lodging here who is painting the church in Ujits. I heard him complain also. He said that he went to the monastery for quicksilver and it was all gone.
Well, that's something to follow up as well. Thanks.
TX. Еще надо.
I'm at your service.
I hear you've had some problems with the supply of quicksilver.
Problems? I should say so. For the third time this month they've told me they've none. There's no quicksilver to be had, they said.
And who exactly are you talking about?
The monastery overseer.
So what did the overseer have?
Nothing. Apparently he doesn't deal in such trifles.
What do you need quicksilver?
I don't. They do. To mix up the red pigment for me. I'm painting the church in Ujits. Can you imagine how stupid those biblical scenes look without...
Not really.
Then be glad you can. My eyes are...
Surely such...
I wish I knew. Every time I ask for the red paint, there's a different reason why they haven't got the quicksilver to mix it. Once they said the goods never arrived.
And you think they're lying?
Jesus, what do I know? Well, it seems pretty strange to me. 3 times in a row the same paint goes missing.
That's all I need to know.
Ah. But wouldn't you care to buy something before you go? Or play a game?
There's always time for some dice.
May the Lord watch over you.
Сатенку сейчас поставим.
Here.
Hail for me. Bottoms up. To the women. God bless them. Your fame precedes you, but you won't get the better of me.
Hail for me. Let me have some grub. Whatever's quick.
One ale over here, please.
О, золотые.
What the hell's with these damn joints?
Well, I never. Henry, hey, one beer for me. Where's he going? Into his glory. Henry, hey, I can't believe it. We've known each other our whole lives. Near enough.
We'll see. Oh no.
Ну это да, это какая-то изичная совсем.
Got it for you right here.
A tankard of ale for me. Welcome, Henry.
Coming right up.
Hey, where's my ale?
А я сказал, дыма было. Да было, спрашиваю. Так вот.
Yeah.
Так, вроде бы сюда надо.
Jesus Christ. Do you have any Quicksilver?
Who's asking?
Nobody. I'm just out.
Then I don't have it.
That sounds almost as if you don't want to sell it.
It's not that I don't...
Bollocks. Tell me this
Nothing! And...
You're a fine one to speak of hallowed ground, a lying thief in monastic robes.
This is blasphemy!
I'll give you blasphemy. I'm sure you know what I'll...
What do you mean?
Tell me what's going on here and I won't have a
Jesus.
For your sake, I hope that's true. Now tell me what's been going on.
I swear,
Get to the point.
They came for me at noon. Some night, it was. Without a crest. Armed. He called himself Sir Jezek, and they told me they wanted all the quicksilver we order for the monastery.
And then what? Did they threaten you?
Not at first. They tried to bribe me.
How did you hand it over?
I take it up the hill behind the monastery here. There's a big tree there with a small chapel and
What did they threaten you with?
They said they know people in the monastery. That they...
And you had been stealing?
You know how it is. I work my...
So they knew about you?
Yes, they knew my name.
Very well.
Farewell.
Да, как же тут все запущено. Два опьянения, жесть. Так, ну окей, алкоголик. Так. Все, я уже закаленный алкаш. Охренеть, дожили. Парень. Так, по идее, они со мной не здоровались, так что они не знают, кто я. Теперь за мою голову столько, наверное, наград. По идее, должны то сделать. СВ работает с медью. Ой, блин. То, что я его вырубил, это, конечно, боль. Забыл спросить. Нет, стоп, ну сейчас. У нас же есть сейф. Все-таки я сейчас его обвиню, а потом вырублю. Что ты делаешь? Как жесткий режим. Да, сохранить. Сначала не.
God be with you.
So back to that.
What?
That's not what I heard.
What?
I was told in town that you bought all...
I'm being made a fool. Anything else? Farewell.
Блин. Не, все-таки то, что я сделал, было намного эффективнее. Все равно я ничего нового не узнал. Блин, больше геморроя. Так они хоть не знали, что я был, а теперь, если я его сейчас вырублю, он скажет, что это сделал все Генри. Мать его, ядрить его в корень. Так, осталось еще два кусочка. Один в Тальмберге. И один еще. Где-то еще один. Блин, я хз. А, стоп, вроде бы по заданию дается вот ему водолей. Уже все, уже похламил. Так, стоп, куда там мне надо было? Ага, значит, следующий. To be Faye.
God be with you, lad.
You look different, Master.
So as to fit in.
Right.
So what have you found out?
I found out where they get their quicksilver from. You were right, it was the monastery. It changed hands on the hill behind them.
Have you been there to have a look?
Not yet.
Maybe it would be worth it.
I'll go and see.
And have you found out who's...
Someone called Rapiter.
Not much, but it's a start. Listen, Henry, I had another thought on the way here. Those counterfeiters have to have a punch die to make the fake coins.
Yes, of course.
That's sophisticated work. There's a man I know who works at the monastery yard. Master engraver Jerome of Silesia.
You don't suppose that he's...
No, not that, God forbid. I know him well. He'd never do anything like that. But he runs an engraving workshop, so he might have heard something.
Very well, I'll ask him.
But ask with tact. I don't want him getting offended. And I prefer you not to...
I'll try to think of something. That's all.
God be with you.
Позорный столб. Да уж, не то слово позорный. Что-то там... Я там должен. Немножечко так. Грошей. Так, это я не в то здание забежал. Щит. Ну сюда где-то надо. Угу. Ты нарушаешь закон. Тук-тук. Добрый вечер.
I'm honored that a knight...
How goes the work, man?
Getting there.
What are you doing here?
You're in an engraver's shop.
Yeah, but...
Oh, we engrave wood and stone as well as metal.
You've got quite a large workshop, Master.
I'm usually here with my apprentice, Florian.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, by simple observation, you'll note that this is not...
I see.
He shares the fate of the pharaohs for today, the fifth scourge of...
Jesus Christ.
Do remain calm. I'm quite certain the plague from which Florian is suffering wasn't a judgment from on high.
What's he like, your apprentice?
I'm afraid that his exuberant youth has taken its toll.
I don't really know what you mean.
Recently, for example, he told me that someone was following him. And the very next day he bought... In any case, why the interest?
Something like that.
May I ask?
He owes me money.
Naturally. Dice or boozing, was it? Pray do tell.
Both.
Sodom and Gomorrah are too good for the boy.
Thank you. But I'd still like to have a word with him.
I see you probably have some... About your question, you'll find him at home. No doubt fever.
Thank you. Does Florian have an...
A man such as he certainly owes money at every turn, and the parents of local girls are undoubtedly displeased with his attempts to propagate. However, most recently it was that fury from the bar.
A woman from the baths?
The harpy nearly tore all Florian's hair out. I don't frequently...
Do you have any idea why she did?
She was screaming about some girl, some flighty bath maid, Esther. I would say that Florian had felt the joys of...
Thank you.
Good luck to you.
Ужас, а дедок нормальный такой. Ну, по крайней мере, пока. Да, родненькие, побежали. Тут сложно. Мне сейчас в купальню теперь это бежать. Туды-сюды, 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 туды-сюды. Да уж, Пегас, меня что-то... Ты разочаровываешь в последнее время. Вот я сейчас жму пробел, а он только сейчас прыгает. Я же понимаю, там задержка ввода всякое такое. Сейчас такое. Рецензия, она тут. А это что за палатка такая? Личный бордель, да? Почему бы и нет? Бух. С дороги. Сейчас, блин, ну, коня будешь отсасывать. Здоров.
I hear you're at odds with...
At odds? I'll give you at odds. It's that sort.
What exactly happened?
This man came in wanting a bath, and Esther with it. She doesn't normally offer that kind of service. And suddenly I hear screams. So I run out, and I see the bastard.
I'm sorry they took her, but what exactly...
They shouted at me to tell Florian that when he wises up...
I assume that Florian knows that...
You know village girls. They don't get much of a choice. Every other neighbor. And then some young dandy turns up who writes her little poems. What's the poor girl to do? And this is...
Where can I find this Florian?
He works in the engraver's workshop at the monastery crafts.
What did the bailiff make of it?
Don't even get me started on that. He's another fine... I won't say what. I told him everything.
How's that then?
He wouldn't tell me to my face, of course. But people here don't think much of us. There's some as reckon my Esther deserves what she got. Poor girl.
It sounds like you were close to her.
I loved her like my very own. She came to me as an orphan, like a wolf child. May the Lord watch over you.
I'd like to know more about...
God bless.
Ой, будь здоров, спасибо. Больше похищения. А, я, наверное, кавказец какой-то. Да, я понимаю, это как логично выглядит. Наверное, кавказец какой-то ее забрал. Так, сейчас сюда-сюда, где пивнушка. Бокалейщик. Так, где этот позорный столб? Ага, видишь. Сюда. Опа, уже дверь вскрыта. Дрвы зачинаешь.
My respects.
You look quite sprightly for...
What?
My name's Henry, and I'm making inquiries for Sir Radzig Kobyla.
What do you want from me?
Straight to the point then. All right. I've been investigating counterfeit money, and the trail led me straight to you. Does the name Rapiter mean anything to you?
I don't know. Maybe?
Don't bother. I know you know him. You make the punch dies for the counterfeiters. How do you hand them over? Do you know where their workshop is?
I can't say anything. I'll deny everything and you've got nothing on me. No evidence, just accusations.
It's got something to do with that girl, hasn't it?
How do you know?
That doesn't matter.
No, I suppose not.
Ой,
I didn't want to get involved, I swear. Those bastards kidnapped Esther. If I don't...
Who is Esther?
My girl, of course.
I'm sorry about...
Me too. Listen, I'll tell you everything.
What, so I'm to go searching?
I know where they're keeping her, but nobody will help me.
Давай, типа.
Look, Florian, I'm sorry for what you're going through, honestly. But I'm not the only one who's after these people.
If Rapiter finds I've told you anything...
Not if I catch Rapiter first.
Yes, they found me in the tavern one evening. Caught me when I went to the shit pile.
They?
Yes, Rapiter.
And then what?
They explained what they wanted from me and I'm
guessing that didn't go down too...
It wasn't all that bad. They just threw me on the dung heap and left. I thought it was just...
How did you hand over the...
Rapiter waited for me behind the church.
And did they let you?
Yes, although I don't really know why. They took me to a derelict farm in the Skalitz Hills. My poor S.
So at least you know she's alive.
Who knows? It was a while ago. And they never let her...
More punch dice?
They wear out over time.
Where will I find?
He's usually wherever I...
What does that mean?
He watches me. Everywhere I go. And when I'm at home, he sits on the bench in the square, watching my house.
So he's there now?
Hard to say. Sometimes I see him in the tavern.
All right. At least I know where to start.
Why?
Because we have to lure him out.
I have my dad.
Why didn't you tell anyone?
At first, I took it for a bad joke.
I suppose I'd better go.
Go. God be with you.
Так, все, что блестит. Так, наверное, терапта. Чел, который сидит на лавочке.
One beer for me.
Игрок. Ну, игрок. Сыграем разок. Так, ладно, я, наверное, следуюсь. Все. Я уже плыву, аки лодочка. Фух. Да, все, хватит. Чуть-чуть немножко так. Минус уж, извиняюсь. Чуть-чуть пошлялись и погуляли. Квестов понабирали. Вагоны. Целые вагоны этих квестов. Ну ничего, когда-нибудь потихонечку, помаленечку все пройдем и победим. Но на данный момент я с вами прощаюсь. До скорых встреч. Пока-пока.